as the rockets from Vu are stunning there as Dahang goes for that Mega.
Amazing play coming out from both. As we spoke about in the previous series, the one problem with the Sorlag is, yes, she's got a massive stack, but it takes such a long time to get it up if you are low. And Dahang, understanding exactly what Vu needed, aggressively moved on the health bubbles. At the same time, Vu off the spawn knew the Mega was up, and that's exactly what Dahang wanted. So important and crucial reads coming out from both players so far.
Great pick up there for Vu, able to get that Mega under his belt.
Oh my god.
Difference now is that there is no Nyx for Dahang, which means Vu can go even more aggressive because there is not that Ghost Walk backup. He wouldn't be as scared as he was before. On the other hand, we saw the totems are extremely influential. If an Anarchy runs across one, it does a lot of damage, so he has to be extremely aware when he's going around at 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I have to see if how used to playing against a style like that Vu actually is. There's been a lot of Galenas here and there. I think Cypher already popularized it some time ago. So you should have enough experience to understand how it impacts strategy.
In the regionals on this map as well, we saw him running into multiple totems, costing him the game against Gilson. So he's had experience. Hopefully he's learned from playing.
Shit, right?
And that is causing him to slow down somewhat. There's there for Dahang to play defensively good.
Dahang is playing this game very, very well. In a similar vein to Kudo in the previous game, he's working off the information he has on Vu, and that's, as we said, with an Anarchy, that's probably the most crucial thing to do. You must know where your opponent is, and that's why he's trying to stick to these corridors, stick to these choke points. So if Vu does turn up, the fight is generally in your favor with a big stack.
And Galena not having all those movement options does definitely mean you have to plan your sort of battle much better. Like where you're going to have to fight, you're going to have the totems available.
Absolutely.
Set it all up first.
Not have a get out clause with any movement, with any ability. Your only situation is to fight, so you have to make sure that you play with exceptional positional awareness. And again, against the Anarchy speed, that's difficult. This is why it's been so slow.
Yeah, smart pick from Dahang to go to the Galena after losing his opening champion. And really just throwing the question down to Vu. Can you deal with this? Do you know how to attack into it? And obviously both players are in a position where they are down a champion each, so even neither wants to get too aggressive here and give away that champion, or give away a potential lead to their opponent on the champions.
Well, Dahang has timing on the red armor now, so it might be that he tries to put out damage there. We also saw the use of the sound fuse thing coming up with Dahang as he pushed in because he knew where Vu was going out the teleporter. Unfortunately, missing the rockets, but it's nice, solid play. There we go, trying to push the red, but coming with the lightning gun.
Oh, he's going off the jump pad. Looks like Vu doesn't want any of it though. Ooh, that's a close rail. Does miss. Oh, and then there it is, the totem. We'll run into it though. Vu with the rockets backing away. That's exactly what he had to do to hang so close. The Galena's out of the picture, and now Vu, he can get the nitrous oxide. He can hit that button. He can get the speed up and really play the pace he wants to again against the Ranger.
And the pace is slow. I will expect it to sit by this teleporter. Classic blood run play here. This is what we see time and time again from the 90s onwards. Defending on ZZN on blood run is so easy.
Time is of the essence, 3 seconds to go, and looks like Vu is safe. Oh, that moment with the Galena out the teleporter. I was so worried that for Vu that he would just walk straight into that totem. Dahang set it up perfectly, he played so well, but Quake, it comes down to the smallest margins.
You see there, it was a slight... Dahang knew exactly what was happening in that game, but he just was not prepared with the raw speed coming out of the Anarchy. Vu unfortunately missing the red armor, and it was just the speed in the Anarchy where Dahang could not get set up in time. It was the right decision, but just not the right timing.
And Dahang's next will pick up that heavy armor, which we did miss, as you say. He's definitely going to be a bit sad about that. And he's also going to realize that he has to play quite defensively here as well. And that's a decent enough rocket there from Vu, but he's going to be very careful of the potential for Nyx to get aggressive.
For sure, but at the same time, the difficulty with this matchup is that Nyx has to be extremely careful because that spit, nice rail, that spit does an extraordinary amount of damage to a Nyx. And if the Ghost Walk isn't up, which obviously cleanses it, you're always going to be very, very risky. So it is a massive risk assessment playing aggressive with the Ghost Walk against the Sorlag.
positionally speaking here right now, Vu's in the best place. You can see he's trying to fake a rocket jump to trick his opponent and give himself a way out here, because he's sort of trapped in this corner. If he goes across towards the telly, he could take a rail, and so you can see he's able to just actually trying to drop in and try to pressure onto the heavy, rather the mega, and he will get some damage with the nail gun, but generally speaking, I would say that Nix came out quite well from that engagement.
And there's a lot of respect being shown by Vu here. We have seen in the past this all as soon as you get any semblance of stack, just to go absolute all-out aggression. We've seen that the Hang's positioning and awareness of that has been great. He's recognised that and is playing slightly more reserved than we would see him do against other opponents.
On the map right now, the Hang waits to get the information, and he will whip 2 rails there.
We gotta go.
Vu looking to get aggressive. He's going to go for the rocket jump up onto the bridge, trying to pressure into De Hang, but can't quite find the shots that he needs. And De Hang gets another opportunity here, but good predictive rockets, and you can see just generally how squishy Nix is. One bad rocket, and you're in a horrible spot there, using the blood there to sort of heal up.
Both players playing very tactful. De Hang trying to get a sneaky rail on Vu on the red armor, but at the same time, Vu knowing that De Hang had time on the heavy, was spamming the one area where the Nix was going to be. So awesome play.
Oh, that LG damage is pretty strong there. Vu unable to get what he wanted from that quick aggression. Oh, again, really nice defensive play here. But this is the stack you were talking about. Gets the heavy with off the rocket jump. So even though it looks like, if he's taking all this damage, it's really De Hang that's in such a precarious position. Good first rocket. Can he follow it up? Another one, but it's not going to be enough here, as we have Vu quite healthy at the end of that one, able to take down De Hang and push him back onto the Galena.
What a read, knowing the Ghost Walk was down, knowing what De Hang had to do in that position. Solag healthy from the previous engagement, pushing in and almost nullifying that stack with the mega from the nice block as well.
So Vu's in a pretty strong position right now. And of course, he is 1 round away from taking the map, so De Hang, all the pressure's really on him at this point. So he speeds around the map there.
Yeah, 3 minutes 10, 1 champion down. As we said before, Vu is a man who does what needs to be done. He is, I would again not expect him to go aggressive. It's kind of that in-between moment where another kill can secure you the game almost certainly, but at the same time, is it worth the risk for you exposing yourself with 1 minute?
Would you have preferred a ranger pick instead of Galena? Because you presume that Galena is going to be stronger to play sort of defensively. If we have Vu playing the defensive style, being like, I'm a champion, I don't have to come to you, then surely Galena's going to be a hard pick.
I absolutely agree with that, and I don't know how much thought went into the vote. It's sometimes as a Quaker, it's just that natural, that this is always my second pick. So, yeah, I think the Ranger could be, because it also has the instant turnaround, but at the same time, we have to work with it.
And here goes the trap. The first rock is pretty decent here, but acid spinning defense is critically strong, and that's going to be enough to burn away De Hang. Vu is in a phenomenally strong position, down to the last champion. Time is really against De Hang. Everything's against De Hang here on this map now.
Once again, we're going to go back to some defensive play on Bloodrun, and this is what we were talking about. Vu playing nice and safe, doing what needed to be done. De Hang had to make the movement. And this defensive position by the jump pad here, he knows exactly where De Hang's going to come from. If he comes from the other side, he'll do some damage and back up. If he comes through that corridor, he's almost going to die. And it's so difficult to do anything with your De Hang. It's so frustrating at the same time. But this is exactly what Vu needs to do at this point in the game. He has to spit up as well, which makes his next attack so difficult. He has 15 seconds to do the 2 champions.
Vu looks to be in a very strong position 10 seconds ago. Can De Hang get anything to work with through the choke point? Vu not quite hitting the perfect LG, but he's got the acid spin to back away with. Great stuff there, good defensive rockets, and Vu will secure himself map 1 in the semi-final.
I am so impressed at both players and how composed they are. This is a semi-final of QuakeCon, the biggest tournament Quake has ever seen, and they are both playing out of their minds. It was crazy, the decision making that was going on, the patience.